What comes to mind when you hear the word shark? Is it the vision of a gigantic man-eating machine or an integral part of the marine ecosystem? Sharks are apex predators that hold the balance of the oceans on a fine tip. Today we'll be talking about the Gulf of Mexico shark habitat decline and its effects on humanity. Hello, I'm Thomas Elder, and I've been looking a lot into the loss of shark habitats, the effects that the loss of shark species will have on humans, and finally what we are doing to combat these losses. First, let's dive into how we lose shark habitats. Often, a shark will make its home on or near a coral reef. Two contributing factors that damage reefs are scuba diver recklessness and pollution. When scuba diving, one must remember to leave the coral reef better than the way they found it, so that organisms and animals that call the reef home still have a home to go to. When scuba diving, bad buoyancy, poke sticks, and excessive grabbing and slamming into the reef can harm or worse, kill the coral. As stated by authors Trave, Brunschweiler, Sheaves, Diedrich, and Barnett in a 2017 journal in Biological Conservation, Volume 209, titled, "Are We Killing Them with Kindness? Evaluation of Sustainable Marine Wildlife Tourism," physical damage to benthic flora and fauna increases susceptibility to disease and other stressors. The second issue harming the shark habitats is pollution. In the same article, the authors talk about pollution changing benthic structures, which affects species compositions and alters the dominance scale. It is also stated that pollution decreases overall habitat health. Now that we know what can harm habitats, let's move on to the effects on sharks and humans alike. If we woke up and all shark species had disappeared, what would that mean for humanity? We must understand what sharks contribute to the ecosystem so that we can grasp why keeping 400 million years of evolution around is a good thing. Sharks are apex predators, the big fish at the top of the food chain. They keep the balance from the smallest zooplankton to the largest groupers. They also deal with fish that are old, sick, and injured that bring stress to the ecosystem. If sharks disappeared, the balance and food chain webs would be thrown into absolute chaos. In May of 2016, the journal Trends in Ecology and Evolution published a review named The Ecological Role of Sharks on Coral Reefs, written by Roth, Duropoulos, Rogers, Bozek, Kruik, Ariado, Priest, Burrell, and Mumby. In this review, the authors explained in full detail what would happen with the loss of the top marine apex predator. The hierarchy is large apex sharks, large mesopredator sharks, large carnivorous fishers, and small mesopredator sharks and piscivores. If we deplete the top two tiers, large carnivores go unchecked, eating as much as possible until they deplete their food sources. Without food, the large carnivores would cease to exist, causing distress to islanders, commercial fishing, and cause mass extinction events. Now that we have seen what can happen, what are we doing about it? Shark sustainability goes in direct correlation to coral reef sustainability. There are two ways we are combating this problem: artificial reef systems and designating marine sanctuaries. Will Leshber wrote a piece for the Texas Outdoor Digest in July 2017 titled "Texas Artificial Reef Program Benefits Anglers and the Gulf of Mexico Ecosystem." Mr. Leshber states the real boon to the overall artificial reefing initiative has been rigs to reefs, with multiple rigs donated in recent years by cooperating oil and gas companies. In addition to the physical infrastructure, these companies have also donated to the Texas Artificial Reef Fund half of their realized savings from not having to take the rigs to shore. Those designated funds are used to finance research, administration, maintenance, liability coverage, and construction of new reefs, providing a win for all parties involved. Creating artificial reefs in the mostly barren Gulf of Mexico allows it to teem with aquatic life instead of being a desolate, empty body of water. The second solution is to create sanctuaries that aid in the growth of natural habitats. The Flower Garden Banks is the only coral reef sanctuary site in the Gulf of Mexico. Sanctuaries like the flower gardens provide a natural setting to research sharks and their effects on the ecosystem. Now that we have examined why conservation is key, let us review. Today, we examined what damages shark habitats. Then we saw what shark extinctions would mean to humans. And finally, what steps are being taken to restore and preserve shark habitats so that others may research and enjoy this unique ecosystem. A world without sharks is a world with suffering indeed. Thank you.